And what is going on, everyone? How are you guys doing today? My name is Rex, and this is your Daily Chat Season 2, Episode 94 for June the 5th, 2017. What's going on, guys? How have you all been? Monday. No audio on Beam, huh? Hello? That's so strange. Why is there no audio on Beam? Can you guys hear me now? The hell's going on? Hello? No. Guess there's no audio on Beam. That's very, very strange. Let's, wow. I wish somebody had been able to around to, like, tell me that sooner. Let me refresh, make sure it's not me. I don't actually know if it is that or not. Like, I'm testing it right now, and I don't see any issue. Or, actually, I do hear an issue. That's so weird. That is so strange. Speakers, yep. Recording. Okay, is this working now? Huh. Okay, how about now? Now? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we should have... Yeah, okay. Huh, that's so funny. When I was actually talking to you last time, Devious, I turned the volume down on my Scarlett because I thought I'd bumped it. Nope, turns out that's where it's supposed to be audible. Who knew, right? The miracle of on-the-fly tech support. But yes, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? Hot off the heels of the weekend. Hope you guys had a wonderful and safe one. Hope you guys were doing fun things. I was laid up in my house because of my back injury, which, of course, is not the funnest thing in the world to have to sit through. And luckily for me, because it was just a muscle injury, and I'm fully aware of the issues with the mixer overlay. Don't even bother pointing it out. I already know. I don't know why it's not working today. It's just a whole thing. But anyways, I was laid up at home. Not a fun, pleasant thing to have to be with. Like, very, very irritating, very annoying. And thank God I got, like, the good drugs. Like, I went to the doctor on Friday and got, like, the really hard stuff. Because it makes my life so much easier to have to deal with. Hey, what's up, Winter? How you been? It's good to see you. How's your new place working out for you? But yeah, so I've been popping the good stuff at night. I've been taking the regular stuff in the middle of the day. All in all, I'm actually happy to say I'm getting back to normal, getting back into the gym, and just like I was in the gym today, did some cardio, did some very light leg workouts, did a little tiny bit of back workout, just a tiny bit, just to focus on the muscle that I know got injured. And now it's like, okay, not good enough to do deadlifts or squats, but definitely good enough to at least be back in there hitting chest and all that. So I'm very happy to see that's progressing nicely along. And yeah, that's pretty much been me the last few days. Of course, still working through the interfamily stuff, still getting through that, still trying to navigate those very rough waters, but we're making it. You love it. Nice to see you. It's nice to see you too, and I'm glad you're loving your new place. I remember when the very first time I moved out of my parents' house for college, it was in 2005 or 2006. I moved out, and it was one of the coolest feelings. Now, I pretty much live on my own now, but I mean, I like just didn't have to deal with anything. It was all so much fun, man. I really enjoyed it. Why is that not working? You know, not gonna lie, it is really bugging me that neither chat is working right now. And I don't know why that is. Which chat? Oh, connect. There we go. That should get stuff working. Rustwing, what's going on? How you doing? Test. Yeah, I'm trying to test it, man. I don't know why. It's something to do with the HTML plugin that it's pulling that's pulling the chat window from. It's fine. It's only Mixer. It's not a big deal. But yeah, so when I did that, man, I lived on my own. It was so nice. I remember I lived with a roommate one time in my whole life in college. And it was one of those things that I can totally appreciate for you, Winter, how you don't want to live with a roommate. I can absolutely appreciate that because it is not something that's fun to do. No matter how cool your roommate is, at the end of the day, there is a point where you'll get on each other's nerves. And it's just one of those things. It's better just to not have to deal with it. So I totally feel you there, and I'm glad things are working out for you. But yeah, man, this is really, really happening. Gosh, true words. Yeah, right. Like I'm sure your roommates. Like not to, because I know they were your friends and everything, but I'm sure they're happy to have their room back, and I'm sure you're happy to be on your own, where you can now have your Craigslist friends come over, and you guys can hang out, watch TV, not worry about noise or kids or anything like that. And I'm sure for you it's going to be far more entertaining that way. But other than that, man, there's a little bit of news today. Nothing really big or important that's come out. There's some tech news. There's some gaming news. But one of the things I really wanted to talk about today was, I can't wait to get on Craigslist and get all the herpes. Look, I'm just saying, STDs are like trophies. The more you collect, the more impressive it looks. Okay, you're trying to catch them all. Treat it like Pokemon. But one thing I want to talk about today was I was roaming through the Twitch subreddit, okay? And it clicked with me today that the Twitch subreddit, there's only two real kinds of people that inhabit that little pocket of the website, okay? It's either you're posting something useful and great that people can utilize to make their casts better, like you wrote a piece of software, or you discovered how to do something better or take something out to make it better. And those people are great. I love them to pieces. Then there is the other people. The people who are just on the site to kind of circle each other. To circle pleasure each other. And it has to stop, man. I'm telling you, I understand, like, everyone's moving and shifting towards this positivity and spread the love and, only give love for love and all this other stuff. But at some point it has to stop, guys. Come on. Like, no one wants to read about your first cast. Like, let's take a little trip here. Let's take a trip and go to the Twitch subreddit, and let's see what type of potato cast can we find here. So we have the people who need tech support. I forgot there's the third part here. And then we can go down here. Let's see here. Twitch invite. Awesome day of streaming. Let's find out what this potato had for an awesome day of streaming. Hi all. I had an awesome day of streaming yesterday, gained another 3 followers, and had a few instances of interactions with the viewers. It might not seem like much, but for a small streamer as myself, who is doing it for fun, it's the little things that add up to make it fun. Someone kill me. Just kill me. And then here is the circle part of this, okay? Congrats, dude. It's still talking to an empty chat, so trust me when I say I envy you. Nothing wrong with doing that. It's a great way to get practice to get rolling. Everyone has to start somewhere. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, but by God, when that's not a unique post for the Twitch subreddit. This is the problem. That's not a unique post. You can go any day of the week and see a post like that. Look, we get it. You're no ones. We get it. No one's watching you. We get it. You're jealous. We get it. That, that at at the end of the day, you're still a tiny streamer. I'm a tiny streamer. Everyone's a tiny streamer outside of the 2,000 or 17,000 people that are partnered. And out of those 17,000, only maybe a few hundred of them are making a solid living on streaming, and a few thousand of them are making any real money in streaming, and the rest are just kind of just doing their own thing. Okay? Then it's self-advertising. I wouldn't be surprised at all if, in fact, we forgot to check if there's yeah, okay, so look here. So I'm glad you put it that way, because look at this here. Yeah, right here is something called a flare. Let's take a trip, shall we? Let's go see what this fool is all about. That's so funny. What do you get when you paint all the cars in the country pink? A pink carnation? Wow. I watched the One Love concert today. So good. That I want to talk about that, actually. That's actually something worth noting. But yeah, let's take a look at this guy here. Like, okay, so what do you have going? My name is Ivan. I'm 25 from Australia, and I like playing games. CSGO, Overwatch, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Tekken 7. So pretty much, I'm a run-of-the-mill streamer who's trying to stream the same game that everyone else is streaming. He has 25 followers and following 18 people. That ratio almost makes me think he's a follow-for-follow kind of guy. That there is nothing that if you follow him, he'll follow you back. But, oh my god, dude, like, just, wow. Potato as heck. Just absolute potato. But yeah, so anyways, we go through that in the subreddit, and it just has to stop. It really just has to stop. We understand that you want people to come see you. Look, the dream for everyone is, boy, I want everyone to come watch me play video games. It's just not gonna happen, boss. Like, just, it's not. Like, I'm sorry, you missed the gold rush. The gold rush was literally 7 years ago. You're a little late to the party on this one. Just accept where you're at, try and push it, but don't go to the subreddit and either, as Devious has now pointed out, try and self-advertise under the guise of, like, fake positivity. Just get better at your job. Learn how to be an analyst. Learn how to actually, like, look through stats and find out what's important. I'm not going to mention any names because that would hinder me, but there was a beautiful website posted on the Twitch subreddit last week, and it is a amazing analytics website for Twitch. Phenomenal analytics website. It breaks down everything for you by the numbers. You can actually pinpoint when and where you're going to stream, how you're going to stream, what you're going to stream. You can do it all through this website. A phenomenal website. I love it to pieces, and it's something I've been keeping a very close eye on since I got pointed towards it last week. Every single night I go there and I break through the analytics for the day, and I find out who's been doing what and what's been getting good on Twitch. And best part is, too, the website even shows you what not to play on Twitch. Like, what has the lowest viewership, what has all that kind of stuff. And it's really a phenomenal thing to have. So, yeah. And as Winter says in the chat, get good. I could not agree more. So, what do you guys think about this, though? About the whole positivity, one love kind of thing? You guys down for it? You guys up for it? What is your opinions of it? Because obviously I have my own way of thinking. And, you know, it's probably not the correct way for people, but it's mine and it's what I choose to go with. Is this not set to anything? No, it is. Why is that not going off? Huh. Well, we'll see if it happens here. If not, then... Oh, that's why. Okay, I got it. But yeah, like, let me know what you guys think. Follow for follow. That is the way it used to be before everyone got jaded. It's a minimal form of networking. You're 100% correct. It is a very minimal form of networking. And it's a very ineffective way of networking. Just doing follow for follow because at the end of the day, it's not about your follower count. I've said this time and time again. your follower count, the number of followers you have, does not matter. You could have 10,000, you could have 10, you could have 1. If it's that little red person icon that matters. That is your concurrent viewership. That's how many people are watching you live. And if every single day you're pulling in hundreds or, dozens of people, that follower number to an advertiser doesn't mean anything. You can throw that number out. And it's just, yeah, man, like, it's just one of those things that if you're just going to do follow for follow, you're not going to get anywhere. It's a moot point. The concert was not as flooded with poetic... Wait, what? The concert was not as flooded with poetic emotion. The music itself was awesome, and most were from the USA. The One Love concert, that was the Ariana Grande relief effort for the Manchester bombings, was it not? I think that's what it's for. I think that's what it was. And I heard about it last night when I was coming back from Dairy Queen about the concert and saying, like, Ariana Grande, she dedicated one of the songs to one of the girls that died, and, like, she would want to hear the hits, so that's what she played. I thought it was a very nice and what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for? Classy. It's a very classy thing that she did. She raised over 2 million euros or pounds. I'm not sure which is the one with the little, like, E that looks like a mutated F. She raised over 2 million little mutated F's worth of wingding dollars to help pay for the funerals, which is just fantastic. Like, good on her. I'm happy with how it all turned out. Like, I'm glad she at least did something and tried to make it right for some people. Still tragic what happened, but still better it's still a better PR move than if she had just bailed out altogether. But yeah. So, this past weekend, or this past week, was Computex 2017 in Taipei, Taiwan. We had a whole bunch of technology releases, as you do, because it's pretty much the Asia version of CES, which happens in Las Vegas every December. And we got the new i9 processors officially announced from Intel. And we covered this on the last show about how many cores there are and how much they're going to cost and everything. And I'm glad I waited, for somebody like Linus Tech Tips to cover it, because he was actually there at Computex. And I am in the same boat, and I guess I have to be since I don't know any better. I wasn't there. But he did a very good job of pointing out the flaws of this new processor, and the fact that I can say this with the truth. We all knew that these were just rebranded Xeons, which Xeons are Intel's enterprise server line. So these were like the ones not good enough to make the server line. They got dropped down into the consumer line. And it's all over the map. It's all over the map. Board manufacturers are being split in so many different directions. And it's like Intel is waiting to see what AMD does. But at the same time, that wait and see approach is what's going to bury them in this new cycle that we're going into. And I don't know where Intel's mindset is at. As a multi-billion-dollar corporation, what are they thinking? Where are they going with this? As Devious says in the Mixer chat, it's the i9 is madness and not in a good way. That's exactly what it is. If you're going to drop $2,000 on a processor, meaning just the chip, okay? Not counting all the other stuff that goes with it. Just look at it this way. If you're buying a car, okay, you're going to spend $2,000 on the steering wheel, and then you still have to build the car around that steering wheel, okay? So when you're going to drop that much money, like, how do you not have all the features there? How do you not have all the stuff unlocked? And how do you not have all your board manufacturers, like, in the same headspace? I'm baffled by it. They're asking so much money. They're giving you so little return. I don't know where they're going with this, and I wish to God somebody would explain it to me. I'm confused beyond all belief. I would never pay this much for something like this. I would just go get the server line. Gigabyte flat out said that they aren't supporting it. That in itself should just give Intel a slap in the face. MC Gamer, thank you so much for that follow on the Mixer. Came on, man. Mix up. There you go, buddy. Okay, so I don't think Gigabyte isn't supporting it outright, because that would be a very stupid move on their part to not support X299. But I do remember Linus saying that Gigabyte wasn't supporting certain features. Like, I think they said, oh god, what did Gigabyte say? I think Gigabyte said they're not going to have quad channel RAM support, or at least at launch they weren't going to have it. And it's one of those things that, okay, I get it, not what I'd call a good move, but Intel is asking their board, the third-party board manufacturers, for a lot of dedication, all of which just cannot be done. What do you mean, why, Mr. MC Gamer? Sorry, man, you got to put a little bit of context into those kind of things so I can actually follow what's being said. But I know MSI is having issues, ASUS is having issues, ASRock is having issues. I know Linus saying no board manufacturer yet has all the features built in. None. Intel's asking too much. In new, so like, okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, no one has it all, and we're eventually just gonna wait to see what happens. Does Twitch ever put out ergonomic articles for their streamer and setups? You know what, Russ Wings? It is funny you say that, because as I was roaming through the subreddit, there was actually a discussion about ergonomic chairs. Ergonomic. Here we go. If you actually see here, they're actually having a discussion about ergonomic chairs, and that's because so many people are buying those quote-unquote gaming chairs, and you know, it's not what people want. People want something good. It is so funny you say. It is really funny. Like, see it right here. Like, this was a day ago. This article was posted this question was posted a day ago. And let's talk about real ergonomic chairs. And there's a whole thing, a whole thread that spawned up out of it. And you know what? I will say this. No one has put out a true natured article about ergonomics. And that on its own could actually be a very viable blog post for a website. If anyone was to pick up that's a very viable thing. As long as the science was sound, you'd be good to go. I learned what a compact keyboard is a little ago. Yep, I did. I'm glad you did. Speaking of compact keyboards, I actually have a video coming up on June 13th for an S-size keyboard, a short keyboard. And I gotta tell you, using this thing is so freaky. Because, you know, you have these... Oh, whoops, sorry. You have these full-sized ones here. Now take everything from my thumb and take it all off. And then you just have that. It's so strange for your hands to be that close together typing. Where would you post the article? You'd probably post it on the Twitch subreddit. You could post it on an ergonomics page. Your video's so smooth in HQ. Yeah, I actually, as of today, if you're watching me on Twitch TV, as of today, I am now streaming at 720p, 60 FPS. If you're watching me on Mixer, you still get 30 FPS, but if you're watching me on Twitch, it's 60 FPS now. So there you guys go, man. That's why it looks so smooth and clean, because it's actually matching my camera's capture rate, which is fantastic. Gigabyte isn't supporting... That's it! Thunderbolt 3, thank you! That's what they're not supporting. Because they didn't have time to go through the certificate. Thank you, Devious. Yes, that is it. That's what was missing. They are not supporting Thunderbolt 3. And that really is a bad thing because people are moving towards the Thunderbolt USB Type-C slot type. And if you're not going to have that, you're going to be behind your competition. If MSI has it, well, if I'm dropping $400 on a motherboard, I'm going to have Thunderbolt 3. I'm going to make sure I have all the features. In fact, I went back and looked at my motherboard's manual this afternoon because I'm like, I could have sworn mine had quad channel RAM because I think an Asus board at Computex only supported dual channel RAM. And that was just mind blowing that, now with a full generation come and gone, that could even be a possibility. It's like, no, man, that's not okay. Like, it should be quad channel everything. So I went back and checked mine, and sure enough, my MSI board has quad channel memory support. Don't know what to tell you there, man. I'm just gonna keep going with it, I guess. But yeah, I don't have Thunderbolt 3, but I know on my next computer I definitely will. By the way, Devious, are you in TeamSpeak, or are you just are you like in bed awake? Which version of awake are you? Oh man. So yeah, that was the main thing about Computex, guys, and it's one of those things that a lot of good news came out from it, and I'm excited to see where we're gonna be in the next 6 months. Because you got to think, we're now in June. We are literally over halfway. Yeah, actually, we are over halfway through the year now. So we're only 7 months out, or hang on, 5, 6. Yeah, we're only 7 months out until CES 2018. So where are we going to be? Like, I know there was a lot of VR stuff showcased at the store or at the show. There was a lot of computer parts obviously showcased. There was some 3D printer stuff showcased. It's all coming up, man. It's coming up real fast. Up awake, but waiting for exam in a couple hours. Oh, you have an exam? Oh, wait. It's not Thursday. You have an exam today? Is it Thursday? No, today's Tuesday. No, today's Tuesday. Okay. Oh, God. Whew, just got a scare there. I thought, oh my God, I totally messed up my days. But yeah, we did get some news today about PlayStation VR, man. PlayStation VR has shipped over 1 million units. About the stuff, but I just don't. No, man, that's cool. No, I just didn't know which version of Awake you are. That's all. But PlayStation VR has shipped over 1 million units. What is that other? That is my Mixer.com chat room. So that way, because I was getting requests, because since I am always talking to two chats, it always sound like really confusing for one side when I was talking to the other side, and no one knew who I was talking to. So I decided to remake the overlay and put both stream channels in so you guys can talk to each other as well as see what I'm talking about. I thought it was pretty clever on my part, and I choose to stand by that. But yeah, 1 million units. So today, Sean Layden, the president and CEO of Sony Interactive of America, revealed that the sales for PlayStation VR have reached over 1 million units. The Sony CEO revealed that during the interview with Time and explained that PlayStation VR has sold out practically everywhere since its launch in October 2016. The PlayStation VR puts in direct comparisons with HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. According to research from SuperData, the data reveals that the two sold 420,000 and 243,000 units respectively. And by the end of 2016, however, we're still behind the numbers of Samsung's Gear VR, which has sold more than 5 million units globally. So, why is that important? Why, for even people who aren't gamers, why is this important? This is a proving ground for the viability of virtual reality in the home consumer space. This is going to be this is going to be one of those landmark watershed metrics that we as analysts look at and try and see is it a viable model? Is it something worth going after? The reason why HTC Vive and Oculus Rift only shipped 420 and 243 respectively is because of the cost. And that's not a secret. That's a very well-known public issue, is the fact that one of the units costs $800, the other costs over $1,000. And those are just the units, not counting the computers you need to power them with, which can run you upwards of another $2,000. So to run PC VR can cost you about $3,000. To run PlayStation VR costs you $700 to $800. A lot of money still, but significantly less. And this metric here shows shipping 1 million units since only October. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So in the 8 months that we've been at this, people want it. People are craving it. They want it really badly. We saw this, if you guys tuned into Dropped Frames this past week, where they played the new Star Trek Bridge Simulator, whatever, and they heralded it as the fact that this was the best VR experience you could have. What's up, Dexter? How's it going, man? You can't hear me? I don't know what to tell you, man. People, I can see my XSplit, man. It's going. In fact, I can do this. Watch. There we go. Yep. I know you can hear me, man, because that was me unmuting my mixer window. So yeah, it's really good, guys. This is a good stepping stone. Hopefully, with now version 2 on the horizon of virtual reality, we're going to show that the market space for consumers is growing. And yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait. I'm glad to see numbers this good. I'm very, very happy to see the numbers for the consumer versions of VR going through the roof. 1 million for PlayStation, 5 million for Samsung. It shows us that we got it. It shows us that we're on the right track. And even while it might be heralded as a gimmick, it's still a gimmick people are willing to buy into. And that's what we need as companies progress forward. This is a little bit for the tinkerers. If you're a person who likes to do 3D printing or laser cutting, make your own kind of deals. You know the name Raspberry Pi. They are the $35-ish computer, about the size of my phone, and they have like all the specs you would need. Quad core, 2 gigs of RAM, all that other stuff. But they run a Linux operating system, not a Windows operating system as you would expect. Well, with the popularity of Raspberry Pis just blowing up now, like just exploding, because now universities are adopting them for robotics programs, for computer science programs. They're just blowing up at the moment. There is now more competitors coming out, and one of them is the $89 Raspberry Pi Rival that runs a Windows and Android. So the Raspberry Pi Rival, named UP Core, is expected to begin shipping to Kickstarter backers in August this year, and the single board is capable of running several operating systems, including Windows 10, Android, and Ubuntu, which is Linux, and offering better performance than the Raspberry Pi 3 Model B, but for slightly higher $89 as opposed to $35. The specs of it are an Intel Atom processor, Intel HD 400, 2 to 4 gigs of DDR3 RAM, which is very important, storage of up to 64 gigs. You have one HDMI, one full EDP, audio via HDMI, and whatever that last one is, one USB 3.0 and two 2.0s, and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Okay, so all I know some of my viewers, you just looked at it and I just rattled off a whole bunch of specs. And the first words out of your mouth would be, why do I care about any of those numbers? All of those numbers mean something. Okay, they wouldn't have put them in if they didn't. And somebody like me gets excited because that is a very, very tiny, decent sized computer. It's totally worth it. For $89, these are the type of computers you buy like maybe 4 or 5 of and just stash them around the house. And you can just plug them into TVs. You can use them for media centers, running robotics. You want to automate your home, you can automate your home from them. And the fact that they can run Windows on them, it's better that way because that's just how a lot of people use it. A lot of people are very used to the Windows platform, so it's the better way to go. And $89, it's so cheap. I can't think of a single part I can buy for $89. That's not pure hot garbage. So it's a good way to go, man. I wish I had known about this, but I'm gonna be getting in contact with the guys there, see if I can get myself a sample unit and see if what will happen with that, because that's awesome. $89, man. Just shut up and take my money. Oh boy. Little side pocket today. For those of you who live, I guess, in potato nations, let me see which potato nations we're talking about here. Yo, Crooked Knob, what's going on, man? How you doing? Let me see if there's the list here of countries. Has been available. Okay, well, I can't find the list, but wait, here we go. I think this might be it. Nope, that is not it. Okay. As of today, quick aside, Twitch Prime, if you guys don't know what that is, Twitch Prime is an extension of Amazon Prime, pretty much just by Amazon Prime, if we're being totally honest. It's available now in 200 more countries. I guess they're the countries that don't matter, so like Zimbabwe or Micronesia, I'm assuming just got it. So you have that, and if you want it, buy it. But what it is it's Amazon Prime that you get a free $5 subscription tier every month that you can just give to a streamer. So it doesn't cost you anything, and you get to give a free sub to a streamer. So pretty much you're giving a streamer free cash that you can't give yourself. It's pretty neat. If you guys really want it, I say look into it. I have it. It's pretty nice. Plus, they also give you free games because they're trying to start a competitive service to Steam. And yeah, it's perfect that way. Nah, man. Nah, I'm good, Crooked Knob. I'm good, man. But yeah, so there you guys go. Available in 200 more countries. So if you didn't have it before, good chance you have it now. Let's see here. What else? What else do we got? Once again, smaller news, but Cliff Belinsky, whatever his name is here, he has announced today that Lawbreakers will only be $29.99 US, no paid DLC, no pay to win BS. It's cool. If you guys don't know what Lawbreakers is, it's like an Overwatch-ish kind of game. Team-based, shoot 'em up, all the really cool parts of a game. It looks pretty neat. I haven't played it yet, but I've watched enough people play it where it looks pretty neat. So yeah, there you go. $29.99. I think that's a hell of a deal. I'm not sure how the multiplayer works, if it's dedicated servers, if they're hosting, if you're hosting. I don't know how that works. But still, $29, guys. You know what? Even if you only play it for like a week, not a bad price. I'm just saying. It's worth $30. $30 at this stage in the game is like experimental. It's like experimenting. Try it. Why not? Like, really, what do you got to lose except for $30? Final story that we have today, and I think this will come as no surprise to anyone. Cable TV, a failing business, cable industry lobbyists are saying. So the cable industry is in trouble. In fact, it's a failing business. It's as due to the rising programming costs and consumer switching from traditional TV subscriptions to online video streaming, according to a cable lobbyist group. As a business, it is failing, said Matthew Polka, CEO of the American Cable Association. It is very, very difficult for a cable operator in many cases to even break even on the cable side of the business which is why broadband is so important, giving consumers more of a choice that we can't give them via cable TV. And it goes on to just to keep kind of, elaborating on that, on those little tiny points. Why buy? We can just play Overwatch because some people just want to have a different experience. Crooked man, I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to. You're getting 2 minutes, man. Come back when you're really not be a dick. But yeah, it's just it's a different experience. You just try it out, see if you like it. Like some people, there are some people who are just very adamant about not wanting to promote Blizzard or support Blizzard in any real way. And it's like, okay, that is your choice. That is absolutely your choice to not support Blizzard. But this way they can get a kind of Blizzard-esque feel from a game. I don't know why people are so anti-Blizzard. It's like people just want to hate the popular kid. People love to hate the popular kid. I'll never understand it totally anymore because I'm not 12. But, hey, people are people. There are some people who hate Microsoft because, Microsoft is the big evil corporation. It's like, calm it down, okay? Yeah, does Microsoft rule the world? Pretty much. Can you do anything about it? No, you can't. So, unless you're going to develop a whole new platform, get over it. It's called Lawbreakers. 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 So yeah, check it out. But cable subscriptions are falling. Show of hands, who here is surprised? I'm not. We all knew they were going to fail. We all knew it was eventually that pyramid scheme was bound to collapse at some point. We knew the minute we saw like live streaming like Twitch and YouTube and Netflix offer like significant worthwhile programming, we knew that this was a matter of time. This was an inevitability, and I'm not surprised to see this type of thing coming out now. What do you think the cable industry has left in them? What, maybe another 5 years at the rate? Right now, their main subscriber base is probably old people watching Fox News. That's probably their main viewer base right now because everyone else who wants to watch anything of any worth can either watch it online or steal it online or do something online to obtain that media. I only know 3 people in my life who watch TV as actual TV. That's my mom, my sister, and one of my friends. Okay? They're the only people who watch TV. Everyone else I know has a TV hooked up to a computer that they use to stream stuff from the computer to the TV. So that's how that goes. And I'm in that same boat. I gave up cable back in 2012, and I never looked back. And one day I will give up cable here at my house again and just get rid of it because there's no point in having it. Watching only, reality TV, or in all fairness, when I turn on the TV, I only watch cooking shows. That's no way to live your life. Yeah, I feel bad about it. I watch Cutthroat Kitchen is a guilty pleasure of mine. It really is. But I recognize I need to watch higher tier content, and cable TV is not going to deliver that to you. Look, there's only so many interesting things you can learn during Shark Week before you just heard it all. So, yeah. Cable subs are falling. No one is surprised. Let's see here. Mediacom is the 5th. Oh, Mediacom, I went with them. Is the 5th biggest cable company, though its 832,000 video subscribers are a fraction of Comcast's 22.5 million. They lost 410,000 subscribers. Said that TV is like having company. TV is absolutely like having company. It's a great way to kind of just feel like someone else is in the household. I will always stand by that. And I guess because I am online, that it doesn't seem to affect me as much as other people would. Like, some people have pets. Some people are like me and they live online. And I can absolutely see the mind and the standpoint that having a TV on just makes you feel like someone else is in the house. It makes you feel not as alone. And I can get behind that 100%. That's a very true way to do things. But as time marches forward, the subs are going to drop. like the pay TV market lost 410,000 subscribers in Q1 of 2017. That's a lot of people, man. You lose 410,000 of anything, and that's a lot of whatever you lost. Like, that's not a small number. And yeah, Comcast might have 22.5 million cable subscribers, but they also lost, I think it was like 250,000 subscribers last quarter. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that, man. That's just how it is. Oh man. So yeah, there you guys go, man. That is all the news that happened today. Of course, if you guys are huge fans of somebody named John Oliver, he's a comedic pundit who started on The Daily Show and now has his own show on HBO. He did a whole expose, dissertation, what have you, on Trump leaving the Paris Accord. We talked about that at length on Friday's show, possibly Thursday's show. Like I said, for you people individually, it's not going to affect you. If you really care that much about it, I advise you get over it because it's still not going to affect you. And really, no one understands how that's going to affect anyone. And that's the God's honest truth. Unless you are an environmental analyst, you probably will not understand how Trump leaving that Paris Accord is going to affect you in the slightest of ways. CNN rules. Yeah, that was another thing that happened today. And this was talked about on the Philip DeFranco show. That there was a whole thing that blew up on Twitter about CNN posting fake news. I'm honestly astonished that fake news, like the debate, is still a thing. I don't know where you guys are still caring about this type of stuff, but I've already moved on, and I'm with Phil on this mindset that young people view polish as fake and texture as real. And what he means by that is CNN is a TV company. Polished, refined, high quality, high production, right? This show, The Daily Chat, is a textured show. There's no smoke and mirrors. I give you the facts, I break the facts down, and I tell you what the facts equal out to. Simple as that. I don't spin it. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, doesn't affect me, but I tell you what you need to know. That is texture. And even Susan Wachowski, whatever her name is, the chick who runs YouTube, even she said that YouTube is about texture. And with all the people running around talking about fake news and all this, I think that is the most apropos way of defining what people like myself, what Phil, what Review Tech USA, what we do. We are texture shows. We are not polished shows, and we don't aim to be polished shows. To be honest with you, I will never sacrifice what I do here for the sake of spinning something just so I can have a little bit of higher production. Because I know what I do here has helped significant people get better at what they do. And I'm not going to give that up just because I want to look a little flashier. I can look flashier without having to sacrifice who I am and what I do. So yeah, there is that. Now, I'm gonna wrap up the show here because it is 1 o'clock in the morning. We are just gonna go do some Smite after this. But guys, for those of you who tuned into the Daily Chat, thank you very, very much for everyone who tuned in today. I really appreciate it. We have been working your stream is far less potato than some. Yeah, that's a way to say it, and we'll definitely talk about more about that tomorrow. But we're just gonna keep playing some Smite, but I'm gonna wrap up the Daily Chat here. If you're watching me on YouTube, if you're watching this archive on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching me on vid.me, hit the follow button. If you're watching live on Twitch TV or Mixer.com, hit the follow buttons above you. That helps me out a lot. Guys, I have been Rex. This has been Daily Chat Season 2, Episode 94 for June the 5th, 2017. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see all of you next time. Bye!